In a rural village surrounded by rice paddies, there stood an abandoned school, long forgotten and left to decay. Years ago, a mysterious fire had broken out in the building's music hall, destroying everything inside. No one knew the exact cause of the fire, but the incident left a dark stain on the community's memory. Over time, a rumor began to spread. A ghostly dancer appeared in that very hall on some nights. Villagers whispered of a woman in traditional Thai dress, her figure silhouette in the music hall with an unsettling, frozen smile. Some said that if anyone saw her smile directly, they would be cursed to dream of her night after night, unable to escape her gaze. One evening, a group of high school friends, Nam, Theo, and Ging, decided to challenge the rumors. They heard the stories from a young age, and although they would often warn each other not to go near the school, curiosity eventually got the better of them. Nam remembered seeing a shadow from afar as a child, something she couldn't quite explain. Now older and braver, she wanted to see if the stories were true. On a dark and silent night, the three friends snuck into the abandoned school. The moonlight cast shadows through the cracks in the windows, revealing only fragments of the deserted hall. They walked carefully toward the old music hall, stepping over broken floorboards and forgotten discs. The air smelled faintly of burnt wood and incense, a lingering memory of the fire from years ago. Inside the music hall, they found the remnants of old Thai instruments scattered across the floor. Wooden flutes, a dusty gong, and a crumbling pin, all over in a thick layer of dust. But it was a mannequin placed in the corner of the room that truly froze them in place. Dressed in traditional Thai attire, the figure wore a faded white costume and an elaborate headpiece raised on its head. But it was the face that caught their breath. A mask with a wide, unnatural smile stretched across its lips, as if mocking them. Nam couldn't shake the feeling that the mask was watching her. She felt as if its pain's eyes were boring straight into her soul. Thou, amused and somewhat bold, suggested they take a picture as a proof they had been here. Nam hesitated, feeling a sense of dread, but reluctantly agreed. As Thou raised his phone to snap a photo, a low, chilling sound of Thai flute played softly in the background. They froze. The haunting melody seems to echo through the hall, yet there was no one there to play it. The three friends exchanged a look of terror and decided it was time to leave. As they hurried out, Nam glanced back, only to find the dancer marks, seeming to smile wilder, its gaze following her as she turned away. That night, Nam lay in bed, her heart still racing from the encounter. She opened her phone to look at the photo they have taken, hoping to find some comfort in proof that it was all in her imagination. But the sight that greeted her made her heart stop. In the picture, the mannequin was no longer standing still. Its head was tilted slightly toward the camera, and its wide smile even more pronounced. Stranger still, his hand, previously at his side, was raised in a graceful, eerie dancing position, as though it had come alive just for the photo. Panicking, Nam called Tao and King, who admitted they both felt uneasy since leaving the school. Tao confessed he had been seeing shadow in his room and hearing a faint sound of flutes in a distance, a melody that echoed from the edges of his hearing. King revealed that she had been having nightmares, seeing a ghostly dancer at the foot of her bed, and her chilling smile reaching even into her dreams. Desperate, Tao consulted the village shaman, hoping to find an answer. The shaman's face grew pale as he listened to their story. "You have to respect the spirit of the dancer," he gravely. "The mannequin you saw is been possessed by the spirit of a dancer who flourished in the fire. She lingered there, born to the hall, and everyone who dares to look upon her face risks carrying her curse. To make peace, you need to perform a ritual of atonement." The shaman instructed them to gather offerings, rice, incense, and a garland of marigolds. Only by offering these gifts could they hope to appease the spirit of the dancer and free themselves from her haunting presence. The next night, Nam, Tao, and King returned to the abandoned school, their hands trembling as they carried the offerings. They approached the music hall, the air growing colder with each step, and carefully placed the offerings in front of the mannequin. With trembling voices, they lit the incense and spoke their apologies, asking for forgiveness from the spirit. As the smoke from the incense began to rise, now felt a bone-chilling cold seep through the air. Suddenly, the room grew darker, and they heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps from the near corner of her eyes. Nam saw a faint outline of the dancer, her figure shadowy and insubstantial, yet her presence was undeniable. The spirit seems to float closer, her wide, frozen smile in place, tears trickling down her cheeks. She stared at them with an expression of both sorrow and wrath. The dancer's eyes lingered on each of them before she began to fade into the darkness, her outline blurring with the smoke. The sound of the flute played softly, as if whispering a final farewell before fading into silence. The friends stood there, rooted in place, too stunned and afraid to move. They passed, and the friends slowly returned to their daily lives. They were finally free of the nightmares and haunting sounds. Yet, despite the ritual, Nam couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. One late night, she looked through her photos again, hesitating before glancing at the picture of the dancer for the one last time. There she was, still smiling, her face slightly turned towards the camera. But now, in the corner of the photo, Nam noticed a faint, ghostly hand reaching out, as though the spirit was trying to cross into her world. She quickly deleted the photo out of fear, her heart pounding as she realized the spirit may never truly leave her. Even though they performed the ritual, the ghostly dancer present seems embedded in her memory, her silent, haunting smile lingering forever. From that night on, Nam, Dao, and King made a silent vow to avoid the abandoned school and to respect the spirits and remnants of the past. Every year on the anniversary of the fire, the villager claimed to hear the faint sound of a Thai flute echoing from the music hall, accompanied by a soft, graceful movement of an unseen dancer. Some say it's the spirit of the dancer, bound to perform until she finds peace. Others believe it's a warning to all who dare to disturb the school, to remember the power of respect and the consequences of curiosity in places haunted by tragedy.